Hello, children. Good morning. Today we are going to complete the exercises which is based on this chapter, The Tiny Teacher. This is your new book, Elementary Reader, Chapter 1. So, before going to complete the exercises, we have to revise the chapter once again. The key points of this chapters are the tiny teacher itself depicts a dedication of the smallest creature towards their duties assigned them to perform in a very sincere way. Being the hard-working and intelligent creature, they perform their duties in the form of cleaners, nurses, workers, soldiers, and trainers. They lived in an anthill having hundreds of little rooms and passages for all ants. The queen ant only lays eggs after its wedding flight with the drone. Through the life cycle, egg, grub, cocoon, and ant, a perfect ant appears. They learn their duties from old ant and ready to survive in the world of work like cleaners, nurses, workers, soldiers, and trainers. They also allow other creatures to live in their anthill to get pleasant smell, sweet juice, and playthings. People should learn many qualities from this wisest creature: hard work, sense of duty, discipline, loyalty towards their country. Now, now I am going to start the summary of this chapter. The ant, being the smallest insect, is an intelligent and hard-working creature. As it is the commonest insect, we know a number of facts about it. An ant has feelers, which is also called antenna. It uses them to talk and greet other ants while moving up or down the wall. The black or red ones are the commonest among them. They live in their comfortable homes, generally called nest or ant hills. Just before the surface of the soil, each ant hill has hundreds of little rooms and passages. The queen ant lays eggs in some of these rooms. Other rooms are nurseries, stores, reserved quarters, and separate barracks, etc. Ants, ants of each category carry their duty sincerely without disturbing the other. This is the reason why the ant enjoy a peaceful life. The queen ant is the mother of entire population of the colony. Its lifespan is about 15 years. After wedding flight with the male ant on a hot summer day, it comes back to earth without wings to lay eggs. In a few days, grubs come out of the eggs. Soldier ants guards them, while worker ants feed them and help them in growing up. After 2 or 3 weeks, grubs becomes cocoons, which they which then break, break and perfect ants appear. New ants are taught and trained by the old ants. After a few weeks training, the small ants become ready to work. An anthill is also the home of other creatures like beetles, laser breed of ants, and the greenfly. The ants give them shelter because they get sweet juices and pleasant smell from them. The greenfly is the ant's cow. The ants give training to them to give honeydew with the touch of their antennas. Man can learn hard work, sense of duty and discipline, cleanliness, care for the young ones from it. So, this is the summary of this chapter. Now, we should start question answer which is based on this chapter. Now let's revise the first comprehension check, which we can find in first part of the chapter. The first comprehension check, the first question, the story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue. The italicized phrases means highly exaggerated, too remarkable to be true, not based on facts. So the answer is the italicized phrase means too remarkable to be true. Now, question number 2, complete the following sentences. An ant is the smallest, the commonest, but the wisest insect. Second, we know a number of facts about an ant's life because we know a number of facts about an ants because we have watched their daily behavior closely. Now, question number 3, in what ways is an ant's life peaceful? Now, here we can write the behavior of the ants, and ants live together in peace and harmony. They do their work and do not interfere in the others' work. They never fight with other ants of the same group, so their life is peaceful. We have completed in the earlier video. Today, next exercise is based on Comprehension Check 2, Part 2. The first question, how long does it take for a grub or become a complete ant? Now, we have to check into the text. Here we can see eggs hatch and grubs come out. Soldiers guard them, workers feed and clean them, and also carry them about daily for airing, exercise, and sunshine. 2 or 3 weeks later, grubs become cocoons and lie without food or activity for 3 weeks more. So now here we can see the answer is given for 3 weeks more. And here we 2 or 3 weeks. So we can write the answer in our own word. It takes 5 to 6 weeks for a grub to become a complete ant. Here 2 or 3 weeks, and then we come to the next line. Here also it is given. Then the without food or activity for 3 weeks. So about 6 weeks for a grub to become a complete ant. Now let's move to the next question. Why do the worker ants carry the grubs out? Let's see in the answer. Now here we can see egg hatch, the grubs come out, soldiers guard them, workers feed and clean them, and also carry them about daily for airing, exercise, and sunshine. So this is the answer is there. Now we have to write in our own word. So how can we write? Worker ants carry the grubs about for the daily exercise and sunshine. Again I am repeating. Worker ants carry the grubs about for daily exercise and sunshine. Now here we can write like this. Let's move to the next question. What jobs are new ants trained for? Which type of the jobs the new ants trained for? Now let's see in the text. Here we can see the answers. The cocoon break and perfect ant appear. Now it's time for teaching and training, new ants learn their duties from old ants as worker, soldier, builders, cleaners, etc. After a few week training, the small ants are ready to go out into the big world of work. Now, this answer we can write in our own word. The new ants learn the duties of workers, cleaners, soldiers, and builders from old ants. This line you can write. New ants learn their duties from old ants as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, etc. Now let's move to the next question. Fourth question is, name some other creature that live in ant hills. Let's see in the text. Here we can see an ant hill is a home not only for ants but also for some other creatures, beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and the green fly. Now here we can see the answers is also for other creature, beetles, laser beads of ants, and green fly. This answer we can write in our own word. The green fly, beetles, lesser breeds of ants, etc. some of the creature who live in anthill. So this is the answer. Now let's move to the next question. Mention 3 things we can learn from the tiny teacher. Give reason for choosing these items. Now, in the last paragraph of this chapter, we can find this answer. Here we can see, have humans learned as much as ants have? Perhaps they have, but they haven't put their learning to good use. They may still learn a few things from this tiny teacher: hard work, sense of duty and discipline, cleanliness, care for young ones, and above all, a firm loyalty to the land where they live. So, this way we can get the answer. Hard work, sense of duty, discipline, cleanliness, care for young ones, and above all, the firm loyalty to the land where they live. This is your answer. We can learn hard work, sense of duty, and loyalty from this tiny teacher. We can write over here. The first one, hard work. Next is sense of duty. And loyalty. Loyalty from this tiny teacher. Hard work, sense of duty, and loyalty. Loyalty from this tiny teacher. These 3 things we have learned from the tiny teacher or ant. Now, the next question is given in this same question. Give reason for choosing these items. Now, here we can write in our own word: hard work makes the life on an ant so organized and disciplined. If we want to lead a proper life, we must not shy away from working hard. Sense of duty is very important, because if everyone does his or her work sincerely, there will be no chaos. The most important is loyalty to the land where one lives. We must be always loyal to our people and our country. Now, some more question we can discuss here. The next question is, how is the home of ants organized? An ant hill has hundreds of little rooms and passages. Rooms are reserved for each member of the community: rooms for the queen and to lay eggs, nurseries for the young ones, quarters for workers, storehouses for food, and barracks for soldiers. So, this question is also very good for you to know how they manage their work. Now, some questions, it is also related to this question, this chapter. How do ants talk or greet other ant? An ant uses its feelers or antenna to talk or greet other ants. Question number 2. Which is the commonest type of ant? Answer: the red and black are the commonest ants. Question number 3. Where do the ants live? Answer: they lived in their comfortable home called nest or ant hills. Question number 4. What is the duty of worker ant? Answer: the worker ants spend most of their time in searching food. This is the duty of the worker ant. Now, question number 5. What is a wedding flight? Answer is: on a hot summer day, the queen ant flies up in the air to meet a male ant. This is called a wedding flight. The next question: why an ant does allow other creature to live in an anthill? Answer: an ant allows other creature to live in an hill because some of them give the pleasant smell, other give sweet juice, and some other are just pets or playful things like cats and dogs to human being. Now, next question: who is called an ant's cow? Answer: the green fly is an ant's cow. Now, question number 9. How does an ant train the green fly to give honeydew? Answer is: the ant trains them to give honeydew with the touch of their antennas. They milk it just as we milk the cow. Next question: name some of the qualities fan ants. An ant is a hardworking, intelligent, disciplined, and loyal creature. These are the short questions we can do in our copy also. Now, let's discuss the following topics in our group. First is, what problem are you likely to face if you keep ants as pets? It is your individual answer. It should be individual, because what problem are you likely to face if you keep ants as pets? So you have to write yourself. But here we have to discuss that what can ant do. They may eat our food or spoil it, or they may bite us. It is very common answer. So you can write also if you will think over it. What else you want to write, you just write it. Now when a group of bees find nectars in informs other bees of its location, quantity, etc. Through dancing, can you guess what ants communicate to their fellow ants by touching one another feelers? Now here we can write bees inform fellow bees through dancing. Ants touch antenna or feelers of other ants and communicate about the presence of the food. They used to do this. Now let's move to the next exercise. Complete the following poem with words from the box below, then recite the poem. Here are the box. Hole, kennel, nest, anthill and stable. There's a houses of animals. So we have to write over there. Soldier live in barracks and birds lives in nest. Nests. Now next, much like a snake that rests. In a dash, no horse is able to sleep except in a. Now we have to write. First is whole, and second is stable. And a dog lives well, mind you, only in a kennel. Now we will write it again. Nest, much like a snake that rests in a hole. Here the stable. And dogs lives well, mind you, only in a kennel. To say hi to an ant, if you will, you may have to climb an ant hill. This is the answer. Soldier live in barracks and birds in nest, much like a snake that rest in a hole. No horse is able to sleep except in a stable. And a dog lives well, mind you, only in a kennel. To say hi to an ant, if you will, you may have to climb an anthill. Now let's read the fact which is given in your in this chapter. This is fact about the tongue. In humans, the tongue is the organ of taste. It also helps in chewing, swallowing, and speaking. Some animals, like the frog and the chameleon, use the tongue to catch prey. The chameleon's tongue is so long that it keeps its folder in a mouth, but it can flick it in and out at lightning speed. The snake uses its tongue to smell. The reptile flickers its tongue in and out, each time carrying molecules from its surrounding to an organ in the roof of its mouth. The blue whale has the largest tongue, which can weigh as much as an elephant. These are the facts about tongue. Now again, we should revise the comprehension check. The story of an ant's life, almost untrue. The italicized phrase means too remarkable to be true. Complete the following sentences. An ant is the smallest, the commonest, but the wisest insect. Now, second is we know a number of facts about an ant's life because people have kept ants as pet and have watched their daily behavior closely. In what ways is an ant's life peaceful? An ant life is peaceful because they do not their own work and never fight. They do their own work and never fight with others. Ants of the same group. They know sharing and contribution and do not interfere in the other's work. Now, comprehension check, the next part of this chapter. Here we can find 5 questions. How long does it take for a grub to become a complete ant? Now, answer is it takes 5 to 6 weeks for a grub to become a complete ant. Why do the worker ants carry the grubs about? The worker ants carry them about daily for airing, exercise, and sunshine. Question number 3. What jobs are new ants trained for? Answer. The jobs which the new ants are trained for are workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, etc. Now, number 4. Name some other creature that live in ant hills. Some other creature that live in ant hills are beetles, lesser breeds of ants and greenfly, etc. Now, fifth question. Mention 3 things we can learn from the tiny teacher. Give reason for choosing 3 items. Now, the answer is we can learn teamwork as ants to do their work by sharing and contribution without interference in the other's work. We can learn hard work as ants spend their most of time in doing their respective jobs without hesitation. We can learn discipline as ants live a disciplined life and always follow the rules of their group and loyal towards it. Now here exercises. Discuss the following topics in group. The first question is what problem are you likely to face if you keep ants as a pet? Now these questions are supposed to be done in groups. Students, you should write your own. But now I am giving an answer for this. If you want to write, you can write. If you keep ants as pet, the problems would be plenty. First of all, where would you keep them as they are so tiny? And then, how would you keep track them? And the most important all is that they would bite you whenever they want. So these are the problems. Now the question number 2. When a group of bees finds nectar, it informs other bees of its location, quantity, etc. through dancing. Can you guess what ants communicate to their fellow ants by touching one another's feelers? The ants touch the feelers and tell each other about the location of the food. This is the answer. Now this we have already complete. Complete the following poem with words from the box. Then recite the poem. Soldier live in barracks and birds in nest, much like a snake that rests in a hole. No horse is able to sleep except in a stable, and the dog lives well, mind you, only in a kennel. To hi, to say hi to an ant, if you will, you may have to climb an ant hill. Now this we have already discussed. So we have completed this exercise. These exercises you should complete in your copy. You should learn from these tiny teachers and wisest creature hard work, sense of duty and discipline, loyalty towards our country. So that's all for today. Have a good day. Bye bye.